I would say, JP do have a banjo that he keeps in his deep pockets.
True. Let's see if I got the spelling right. Yeah.
But again, yeah, when have you ever seen JP? It's been...
Fucking Joaquin, fuck up that money! Bro, that was so funny.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
God, he whipped. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about.
Did you see him fall out of my uppy?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's a sauce.
Yeah. Tell me something new.
Yeah, no, you got people touching.
Yeah, Donnie gets it.
Yeah, thank you, Donnie.
I'm so mad that you fell out of my blue stage.
Oh, me too.
That was.
All right. Let's see what we got going on. Yes. Yes, I believe there's JP. Yeah.
And yeah, JP haven't been around here for like a while now. Just like Amethyst. So I don't know how this is gonna go out.
Well, winter squad match is going to be exciting. Let's see what we got going on. A Villager and a DK. Not a common matchup you see nowadays in Ultimate, especially with the meta that we've been seeing. But nevertheless, guys, it's a very high caliber PR in the past for not only North Bay, but NorCal, which is the one that you want to be on, guys. If you want to be on, get some tips from our first seed of this tournament.
Oh, okay, looking like Sean Kong with parries. Okay, then hold on.
And if you ever feel like in a match right there, if you've ever played as DK with like these zoners, you definitely might have felt a little bit lost. But Puresalt is going to show us how to maneuver around these projectiles, these waiting games. It's a lot of in your face of making sure not to approach too fast. You are a big body. You got to be wary of that.
Yeah, but again, if there's any DK that knows how to play the patient game against zoners like Villager, it's Puresalt. There's a reason why this is the best DK in NorCal for a long time, for a reason.
Yes, showing us the very reach of that down B. We're not that many DKs I've seen in the past have been using that really well placed timing, right? Getting rid of that tree, getting rid of the Lloyds. But your biggest problem as a DK, I would have to say, is definitely going to be those forward air and back air slingshots that you really have to parry. Otherwise, sending you off stage could be bad. But we haven't seen both these players off stage really well. So I want to see how JP handles when you get a DK off stage and how they're going to recover. But very good awareness right there with that seedling and making him blow up with the tree in the first cycle of the match. But now if you're JP, you really got to be careful. Try to get up that stock advantage, if not percent advantage. Get a little bit of extra credit. And yikes, 25% is not that much on DK to call it. I mean, we're going to be calling it even from now on. Great. See how this punish works right there. But wow, Puresalt really showing how fast DK can be on the ground, especially with that up air down tilt. Those setups right there can definitely make him seem DK as a big guy.
DK is a big guy.
And we're seeing again, second. Fool me once, joke's on you. Fool me twice, joke's on me. Going for.
He's doing really well so far.
We're coming out of a little break hiatus, right? He is also a student from SF State. So I get you. You know, put down the books, getting up the controller. And not as hard. It could be a little bit hard if not in the right mindset. But
yeah, JP seems to be really just willing to and able to just, you know, bring it tonight. You know, especially Puresalt, very good player. I think he's the #1 seed.
Number one seed. You're looking at your NorCal PR along with the Rodnysalt. We'll be seeing him a little bit more of him most likely later.
Ex-NorCal PR. Let's be, you know.
Right in the past, right? You got the badges. You got to show it off. You've been there.
For sure.
You've been there at the top. And
both Rodney and Puresalt being about, I think, number 17-ish, roughly.
Right. So if you're a DK player over there and you're saying like, "Wow, this character's not much," well, take a look at some Puresalt VODs because it'll definitely change your opinion on this character.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just the way he uses this kit, you know, just incredible.
Very patient.
And, beautiful stuff from JP with that ledge trap with the bowling ball. JP going up 1-0 now.
Wow. So I think it's really a matter of how you're going to counterpick your stages, right? DK from, if I remember correctly, his killing JP has been with a couple up airs, back airs. So do you want a big stage to run away from, or you just want something small where DK can't really do much with platforms?
Well, especially because, I mean, JP, he does have a banjo as well, but it's primarily villager. Puresalt does only have the Donkey. He does have other characters, but I mean, the Donkey Kong is definitely his, you know,
He's a guy.
It's his star. It's his it's his ace in the sleeve. You know, this is his guy. So, you know, we'll see how where the counterplay comes in. And oh, no tech there.
And without a jump, this is where Puresalt has to mix up those recoveries. And without a jump, DK is not that well at mixing up those recoveries, especially when you don't have a vertical reach like many other recoveries.
Oh, absolutely. Especially like Villager, you know? I mean, Villager has a lot. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Beautiful extension on the tree with that bowling ball.
Yeah,
and who knows, guys, we might have our first upset,
wow,
but eating my words, we are pretty much even right there. Very good use and timing of that. It may definitely a lot harder to do than in Smash 4, if I remember correctly. One grab would be to death, but great timing.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I mean, just way to even up this game back up without, you know, allowing too much percent to rack up on that second stock. Actually, no percent. But I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter because 81% on that second stock now and climbing, you know. Donkey Kong disadvantage state is definitely not that great.
But give him a little bit of percent, and he's going to be putting in some work right there, as we see.
Absolutely. But, oh, good shield from JP. 131. I mean, Donkey Kong, it does have some. Oh my god. I don't know if that would have been death, but it would have been really close.
Would have been very close. But off stage.
Yeah, I mean,
I see it now.
150. That's max raid. You know, that's going to be killing Villager really early. You know, I mean, Puresalt at this point has probably got to have these percents down for you going, so. And 88 after the hit. Wow.
Not contesting, you know, not respecting the reach that Donkey Kong has with that second jump, especially if he wants to instant double jump it. Catching a little bit lazy right there, we'll say, from that top as JP's been going. He's been maneuvering a lot. So let's see if this, if you can seal it out, or we're going to be going to a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, 161 still on this Donkey Kong. That's still a lot of rage. 54% on that last stock for JP. He's got to figure something out and find this stock soon. Remember, that last stock, he died at 88, so, you know, he's approaching kill percent.
Kill percent right here, almost anything he can do. And definitely he's got to find that kill option, right? We've been seeing tree setups in the past, but maybe Puresalt has been learning to respect that.
Yeah, not able to find that second stock.
Very well conditioning from there for getting up from ledge. Not really showing much of the side B until now, and that's what you want to do, right? If you have your tips and tricks, why not wait it out until your later games and later stocks?
Donkey Kong up smash. There we go.
Right, anyone's game 3. We've seen them from the past. These have been close games nonetheless, but you can't.
I mean, definitely, you know, that PR experience from Puresalt. I mean, he's got
been in there in the past, been in that back seat, right? You're down a game. Can you bring it back? But let's see what.
I mean, I'm sure he's played a number of Villager players in his time. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how JP may be able to adapt a little bit, find those kills a little bit sooner, and just not letting him live to that, you know, 170 I think he lived to that last game. So far, you know, pretty slow pace for this last one. You know, only about 90% dealt between both of them. But yeah, definitely keeping it easy.
First pinning Kong that I've seen for a while from Puresalt, right? Maybe can try to get rid of that Lloyd a little bit, but is a big punish if you are caught off guard or they're able to shield it.
I think the big thing too is just, you know, no jump.
Great catch from the jump, but going pretty high.
Good match, Puresalt. Out of there.
If you're JP, you can't be letting this get to you, right? You're going to have more options to get him off stage. Just don't go for anything risky, and you'll have that set up again.
Yeah, there you go. Just kind of stuffing out those options. You know, he didn't even have a jump to go high. Really just, you know, kind of checkmating him there. You know, all he has to do is drop that bowling ball, and then that's the sock. Ooh, good rolling out for Puresalt, or rolling towards.
Right, almost getting caught by that tree, but very good use of your surroundings. And look at that. Usually it takes 2 of those down Bs to get rid of that tree, but Puresalt knowing that JP is going to be spinning out more Lloyds, why not just let them do the work?
For sure. I mean, on paper, though, this matchup does seem pretty rough, I mean, in general.
What I've seen from DK doing is definitely staying in there, not allowing JP's pressure of items to get in the way. Love the maneuvering, not that much shielding, right? A lot of people, especially with the big body, they just like to shield But again, it racks up over time. No jump. Can we see a kill over here? And again, you're going to be saying, are we going to go high or low? It is a game of chicken right here with how you want to recover.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing too in this matchup. I mean, like, Puresalt really has to be good at, you know, mixing up these recoveries. Otherwise, you know, it's just going to end in stock. And, ooh, not going to be able to get that back air.
Very good use of that up tilt. Not knowing how fast that is can definitely be detrimental, especially if you're trying to punish it.
Oh, absolutely. I will say one thing that I found really interesting that JP's doing is using just his different what's it called, moves in his kit to kind of stall in the air to not get hit by that up there. And ooh, that.
Yeah, and at times he actually, I've seen him on purpose put the Lloyd the opposite way. Doesn't really matter too much in this matchup where they don't have reflectors, but in cases where characters have reflectors, it's very good too.
Ooh, beautiful conversion.
Good stall.
47 now on Puresalt.
Anyone's game, guys. All it takes is a little bit of convergence. Can JP get him off stage? Can Donkey Kong wrap up that damage? We have Villager right here, but great catch on the. Let's see how he recovers. He'll like.
Wow, the extension off of the balloon, that was insanely good.
Very, very well by Puresalt.
2-1 going in the way of this.
Wow, that's making my night, guys. That extension on those balloons, didn't really see, right? It looked like he got there a little bit late, but the game says otherwise. Very, very great stuff by Puresalt. We'll be seeing him in top 8 winner side. Wow, great job. Let's see. Let me start resetting. Who we got next? Just waiting on the word. But we're moving pretty fast. Only 8:30, and we're already gonna be on winners of the top 8. We do have a little bit of losers that we got to run, so we're gonna make sure if we have. Congratulations, guys! Top 8. Here we go. Let's have a fun match. Yeah, you're the line leader today. All right. Rodnysalt. What's that? Yes, sir. We're going to be seeing the first top 8, guys, of BlinC You'll Miss It number 23, featuring Rodnysalt and Amethyst. They're going to take a little bit of time to, you know, get their controllers and whatnot.
They're both running the GameCube controllers. A pretty popular pick for more high-level players, I would guess. But everyone buys their own thing. You're going to see a few Joy-Con players out here. They're a bit of a rare breed, but you can never discount those guys.
Right back.
Head on.
Where are we from?
All right, and off we go. Winners quarters, Rodnysalt versus Amethyst. Running Yoshi versus Corn, through 2 of their mains. As they're pulling out all the stops. Corn's immediately coming out, getting the first hit. Amethyst got them off. There's a quirky Yoshi right there. The super armored double jump is able to eat right through that neutral special for him. Oh, fails the jab lock. Pretty close anyways. Lots of up airs coming for Rodnysalt. And to miss. Amethyst nearly takes it. Both of them looking for a deciding hit right now. I can't get it, but nearly. Rodnysalt almost hits it with a pin hit. Amethyst drifts all the way back, and maybe this time work, and yes, it does. Amethyst now taking down his stock, but not by much. Opponent is now dead. Stock is even up. And down throws. And a stall in the air with that up special from Amethyst. Oh, I don't see that hit too often. You have the big hit neutral special, and Rodnysalt takes it with the back air. Warriors got back air coming in. They'll be able to make it. Yes, sir, they make it. Alright, that percent goes. That pin's gonna get even more devastating. Anthony needs to be watching out for that. He's got a shield option to drift to the left. And they still make it back to stage. And not quite. 144. I've never seen Yoshi go that high. And again, I haven't seen much. Ooh, almost reads with the S smash. And another pin to take the game. As game one going to Rodnysalt.
Hello. Game one.
Yes, interesting game one indeed.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
And then it is going to be this one, so it's not that. Yeah, that one's a little bit delayed.
I see.
That's okay. Game number 2. Again, this is the best of 5. So we're gonna see if we're gonna be sticking with PS2 all day, or we're gonna change it up with the characters. But I think with these guys, especially being a high cover players, I think they just want to keep it simple, right?
Yeah, you know, if you guys both vibe with the same stage, no use in changing it all.
Nothing use there. What can I say about these two players, right? Both have been have BlinC and You'll Miss It under their belt. With I think Rodney, and I want to say they have at least one smashing grapes, but I could be wrong, especially with Amethyst.
Ooh, already a spike down. We're not even a minute through.
Very good attempt, right? Especially when you're trying to lazy recover, just go down. Gotta be wary of that amazing #1 best aerial speed in the game with that Yoshi.
Yeah, it's definitely something to be scared of when you're facing down in the air.
Right, you just gotta make sure that your spacing is correct on your attacks, and you can be definitely aggressive there. I like the way how he landed from the back right there. A lot of players in mind try to think that they're just going to land in front of them, but sometimes that mix-up coming into play, helping out and keeping them alive a little bit. Very great patience by Amethyst, especially one for those attacks, right? A lot of people like to get a little greedy and try to go for that job block win. Amethyst knows he's late. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to set up somewhere else. I'm going to try to think that you're going to be landing over here.
And
great stuff.
Jumping over that get-up attack, too.
And Rodney slowing down the tempo. I'm assuming from game one of a lot more explosive with stocks being taken earlier. But I think what Rodney needs to do now is definitely play around Amethyst, wait for Amethyst to come in, coming hot with those aerials, And like I said, we'll connect to our board. Those down tilts, those uppers, very detrimental to Yoshi, especially when he likes to be up in the skies.
Certainly. And that was almost a nice up smash from Amethyst, going off of the neutral B.
Yeah, it's a call out, right? Yoshi likes to condition you to be in a lot of shield, right? Especially with that nasty green air. You definitely gotta be wary of that. It can combo, it can kill, especially the late or the early hitbox.
Yeah, having that in your pocket is able to get you out of a few stressful situations when you're locking your shield, usually with maybe any other character.
Exactly. The head-to-head on these guys, they've played in and out of the rock. They know each other in their habits of what they can do. Very
good up air.
Conversion of just waiting Rodney for that get up.
Certainly when you have two experienced players like this, it's good to have the raw matchup knowledge, just how does Corrin play against Yoshi and vice versa. But also when you get to this level and you play so much against one person, you get the people matchup.
Especially true. Yes, you may not know how to play Yoshi, but you know how to play against a certain type of Yoshi that likes to do certain things, right? Maybe one strategy may work for Yoshi players than another. It's really, again, dependent on players who use it. That's the beautiful thing about this game, right? You can mix it up, sandbox it, definitely play how you want to play it.
Yeah, certainly with, every character is more of a toolbox. You have your kit, and then it really depends on you and your personality with how you use your kit. And while there are guides everywhere for how to play X character, you really have to spend a time with it to make it your character.
Exactly. Great catch on landing on that, knowing that you're gonna have a little bit of a landing lag right there, and Amethyst is gonna be going up.
Tie it all up at 1-1.
Don't go anywhere. If I'm gonna be certain, if I want to call it, I think we're gonna go at least a game 4, not a game 5.
Oh, certainly.
The way these two players have been going out.
Making a stage change, possibly?
Thinking, or actually Rodney thinking where he wants to go. And yes,
going for the
picking with the music. Absolutely, it's the must.
And we all know that music makes everything. I run my sets with a playlist too. It's all about just getting yourself in the vibe.
I missed the place. I'm sorry because I'm sorry, I apologize. Do I get it right on? No.
All right, and we're back into it. Amethyst Rodnysalt is 1-1. They changed their stage to Battlefield. It did look like for a second they wanted to go small Battlefield, which I just called PS2, but again. Although, for a notable difference, there is lower platforms on small Battlefield. It only helps out a few characters. Yoshi, maybe not as much, because Yoshi can already hit with that up smash on platform. I think as we saw at the end of the last game.
Yeah, great choice by Rodney in the Battlefield. I'm assuming if you're the Rodney, you're going to be wanting to hide under there because Yoshi, maneuvering, use some platform extension as well. But with Rodney, especially with the extended hitbox or the extended hitbox up air, definitely get used to it. Not taking it, but that is technical, guys. You can definitely get away with there. It's not the most ideal, right? You really have to be on your feet looking out for that forward air spike. But it can definitely save you from an early stock, if not much quicker. Great use, challenging that side B before it even comes out. Used by Amethyst again, taking that first game or first stock from this game again.
Yeah, Amethyst does not have much of a lead on the stock that they have remaining because 144. Anything could take it, including that pin.
And again, waiting for that nervous option of wow. Yeah, this makes you really think, right? Both these players do very, very well when they go to the respective level tournament and they're placing. Rodney being PR in NorCal, a couple seasons, I want to say. And he's on the verge of it, right? But as a high school student, you really got to balance. It's really hard to balance both this game at a competitive level and school, right? You definitely school first, guys.
Yeah, school is definitely first, but I have heard that there are schools that are fostering an esports program.
Exactly. I've seen them up in the rising, and you know, it's nothing new with this day and age, especially how we're moving and advancing forward. I don't really could see soon in high schools esports teams being treated just like high school sports, you know? It's only a matter of time before that happens.
Yeah, if you want to go for a local school, we got Casa Grande High. I already have their esports league approved by CIF.
True.
As I'm a part of Casa CIF.
Oh, nice. You go to high school there?
Oh, yes. I am their resident Little Mac main. And while I can certainly say that my tournament standings are not as good as my esports standings, I can definitely tear it up with Little Mac when we're running the Ethernet online.
Oh, especially. You really have to call them out, you know, especially with that latency mod. I have been getting a little more practice.
Oh, yeah.
Enough of that. Again, Rodney, this is going to be the first time he's getting that advantage of stock. It even doesn't look like much, but Born with Rage, guys, can really, really set you up even above 60, especially with those setups on with your core conversions.
And right now, Rodney just racking up percent against Amethyst. That even if Amethyst takes the stock, they have to make up for it later. That's still a huge disadvantage. Especially now, Amethyst is looking to be about kill percent for some of Corn's attacks. And a trade to take the stock.
Nice trade on that up there again. That has been the MVP move for Amethyst, is with that rising up there, catching Rodnysalt very, very quick. All of Yoshi's aerials, I want to say, very quick. Using a lot of the back airs, down air for multiple hitbox.
Amethyst has to play their cards right, or else it's going to be game over for them, at least for this game. Certainly not the set. Yeah, maybe if I'm seeing this right. Oh!
Great call out, great call out. Especially with that Yoshi, you don't really want to be moving and weaving around, and that's why I think Rodney chose this battlefield.
Yeah, having to go up to that top platform. If it was PS2 or small battlefield, it wouldn't be there. But they have to face the landing lag, or just a call out that you're going to top platform.
Exactly. Not a waiting game. Let's see where they want to go. And again, from these sets, don't be aware, guys, where like, why aren't they playing? You know, we gotta go, go, go. In these situations, guys, it's very exhausting. Especially at a high level like that, where stocks are very, very tight. There's not much advantage from either players at the end of the game. Okay.
Oh yeah, these guys, they're gonna need to take a break, you know, take a breather, get some water in, and then they can get right back into it.
A lot of mental strength too, and especially in best of 5 format like we're doing right now.
Yeah, Amethyst might be starting to feel it now. It's 2-1. You know, down a game is never a good thing. So
yeah,
they're gonna have some pressure to perform.
Rodney took game 1, and then it was Amethyst.
Yes, it was. They're going.
Rodney, yeah, they make their break. They having that game 1.
Yeah, Smash is a game that has a lot to do with momentum. So when you're trading blow for blow like this,
2-1,
you can feel the momentum. It's really a war of who can start first.
Redemption, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. He said yes.
Interesting counter there. I think he might have been trying to 2-frame with it, or just as a reaction to avoid taking the damage. Normally,
yeah, we haven't really seen that much charge up. I know the Rodney special, for those who don't know, sitting on that, where that distance for that get up ledge option and just charging that at smash inward. Again, they both know their stuff from one another, so it's gonna take a lot more than just a small little gambit to take this game.
it seems like they were playing around with each other. Shield break.
And for those who don't know, that's very, very fast option when you rise up and just down B. Very, very good at breaking shield, like we saw with Amethyst doing. I think he's good to stock, right? He right now is the disadvantage, right? Amethyst needs to win these next 2 games in order to advance. Oh, and sorry guys, I've been having the wrong thing this whole time. This is not winners quarters. It is winners
Semis. And capitalization's on.
Okay, that's why we love technology autocorrect.
There we go. It's always a beauty. Couldn't imagine guys running melee streams all the way back in the early 2000s when stream wasn't a big thing.
Oh, I loved 144p. That was always the best.
Oh yeah, imagine having to update like a physical scorecard. You got all those guys on couches. I would have pulled one of those things from a tennis court, flip it over, 1-1, 2-0, all that.
Right, phones weren't back then, so we definitely needed some camcorders. Record all the pop-offs.
Oh yeah.
All the missed pop-offs that in the early, before technology really became kicked off.
All those you had to see it moments. You know, what would evil moment, was it 35 have been like if there was no camcorders?
Great drag down on that back. We haven't really seen a lot of evidence using it. Well, we know that back air can set up for a lot, either a kill, but definitely making him into that landing lag enough time for that forward smash to make it through.
See, Amethyst still have that slim margin between stocks. Maybe they can hold it out. All he needs is a few good hits.
It's the patient game. Who wants to shoot first in a
Oh,
forward?
the stun.
And look at that. Going the full squad action. Ever hurt anyone?
It seems like the peanut gallery down there is having problems with it.
Exactly. I wouldn't expect them to start doing them IRL too. Great approach option. How do you want to get in?
A ton. That's must have been a response to the previous teabagging.
And no jump.
Oh,
I
despite
made a mistake in there.
almost got it. It was a good tech on part of Amethyst, but
She was
being
out.
off stage like that might cost them. Seeing those pins.
Wow, I blinked, dude, and we
Almost missed
at
it.
a 3-1 to Rodney, able to close it out, not going to a game 5, saying, no, I want to go to winners finals, and we have our first winners finals contender. Great job to Rodney.
And now we have Amethyst going to losers quarterfinal.
He's going to be waiting. Take a little break now. Maybe he can take a stretch a little bit. Maybe review some of those notes because he's got a couple of tough matches nonetheless. Guys, we are really ahead of schedule. This is really, really well. We are potentially going to be streaming winners semis unless Atios decide to run a couple of loser matches, right? We are ahead of schedule here.
It does look like we have Puresalt coming up for the stream. Unless I can't associate faces with usernames.
Puresalt and Riot.
All of our mains. That's another thing that maybe I just don't know what people play, but I have not seen too many Olimars.
No, they have been dying ever since those nerfs. Oh my god.
Well, let's see how this one can perform.
There. And also from that shield not working, especially with Myron, very infamous saying, "Hey, fix my shield, please." With regards to that, these players have been head-to-head. I wish I knew the top of my head, but they have played each other multiple times in this tournament and outside. I want to say that they're good guys. They travel together here and there. So again, just like the other winner semis match, it's going to be how well do you know your opponent and what options do they want to do. So Whistle Armor in this matchup, it can be beneficial, especially if you get on those strong hits.
Now, Whistle has armor?
Yes, yeah. So the reason that they're there, I don't know the exact frames for there, but they like to call it Whistle Armor, where you'll get the damage, but nothing will happen to you. Knockback, really. So that's why you'll see Riot do a little bit of Whistle here and there.
Puresalt took that first stock with the cargo throw forward, I believe.
Yes, really showing that, yes, you can be a grappler. Maybe you, yeah, absolutely. I haven't really seen that many throw options from Puresalt besides the, up throw up air. We like to see great.
Oh, nice armor usage. All for naught, as it is now tied by stocks.
But I like the recovery, right? You don't want to show your hand too fast of how you like to recover, especially sneaky, especially in a best of 5 format. You want to keep your tips and tricks closer to you as the match advances. You don't want to reveal how you want the games to work. Otherwise, you're going to catch on early, and then...
It does certainly help if you have multiple routes maybe pre-planned out. And he makes it back. That was...
And with the purple Pikmin, just to show you that you can do it.
He's right, using the armor. And still makes it back. That's quite the recovery.
coming in from Al.
Yeah, we have 2 DKs in the mix.
Interesting.
Of this bracket.
We have the possibility of seeing them head to head.
Possibly, right? Boost has a little bit of work to do in that lower bracket, but I wouldn't be surprised to see anything, especially these DKs have been popping off in NorCal, and I am here for it.
It's always fun seeing the big monkey.
Yes, especially outside the top meta, right? We always like engaging in different matchups, and because you don't really see that many.
Oh,
Like
interesting spike to take game 1 of semifinals.
Again, for these who don't know, DK having the options of 4 spikes definitely makes you up for there. Absolutely. Sweet. We're going Smattlefield.
I guess
Okay. I'm a little unsure about this, right? Smattlefield having the lower ceiling, where if I'm looking at the data from the last game, DK's been getting a lot of kills from up and below. But, they're the players that they're over there, so they know what they're doing.
And certainly DK can benefit from having the up throw up air, which when you have a lower ceiling like in small battlefield, it's going to kill even earlier.
Especially when Olimar can't find the kills and just increasing that range. Because yes, you can combo the monkey, but can you also get him off stage and reduce that stock?
And certainly heavy characters like Donkey Kong, they can take a lot of punishment and still it won't go down. So, that was shield looking very low off of Riot.
Again, without a jump, it's going to be very hard for DK to come back. Riot really needs to focus on getting that ledge guard, but also not let it get to his head if he misses those, right? A lot of people like to get the little kick in the head, like, oh no, I should have done it, now I'm taking this extra %. But Riot showing us that, listen, play calm and collective, and you'll get there.
Yeah, and when you're in mid game, letting mistakes get into your head is gonna kill you absolutely. Yeah, my example, the up throw up air coming in just for Salt to take a stock off of Riot.
Exactly, and let's see if this is going to benefit Riot, right? It's too early to tell both players showing their skills.
Nice armor coming out from the giant punch.
Very, very well used. And wow, I am surprised. I love watching a high caliber DK like Puresalt. But again, Riot, don't take discredit from him, right? He knows how to mix up those Pikmin, what to use in those situations. A lot of Olimars, have a hard time of, trying to use their Pikmin for different options, but Riot seems to have a pretty good idea of understanding of them.
Yeah, when Olimar players have a lot of homework to do when it comes to what Pikmin do, which thing. You have all the elemental abilities from the 4 different colors and 5 if you count the physical attacks, the purple one.
Yes. It's going to be a good research there of what kills, what does the damage, what does the knockback.
And when as soon as you get a purple Pikmin, just like that, in your lineup, using that whistle to switch between them when you want to deal some good knockback or want to maybe deal elemental damage, I'll stick with them. You see,
again, high percent DK does not mean a dead DK. You have to go in there and finish the job. Otherwise, this is a new thing. And the fingertip. This is why monkeys don't clip your fingertips. Or your fingernails, and you're gonna have that extended hitbox come into play with those fingernails.
And we have Puresalt taking game 2.
And this definitely changes the tempo, right? We're going back and forth between games is a lot different than can you win 3 back-to-back to secure the win. Now Puresalt's in a comfort position right now, only needing 1 more game if we go to 3 games.
And Riot's gonna have to be in the fight for his life. He has to make back 3 games in a row.
Exactly.
It would certainly be entertaining to have a reverse 3-0 on our hands. But we will see if Riot can really hammer down in this.
It goes down in the business.
We're trying to call out a jump, but to no avail.
An interesting choice going back to Battlefield. It did work out well, I want to say, until that very last interaction. Both characters definitely using that Battlefield. At some point, this might be a hot take, but at some point, to a degree, those stages really come down to how well are you comfortable with using their properties Especially with those two characters that love that low ceiling, especially for what they're like to do. And blue Pikmin coming up,
Taking
him to father.
Another stock down, back on even, but DK racking up that damage again with those up air strings.
And we are already at kill percent, guys. All more. And
Again, juggled like balls in a circus.
those frame traps coming in clutch. Without that, without an air dodge, it's very scary once DK gets in your face. Very good jab block and very nice with that purple Pikmin, right? Could have been any other Pikmin, but almost getting that stock. This is really close, guys. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hang on to your seats.
Ooh, no F smash coming off the
I think
DK.
him knowing the smash, right? I think he was a little bit too far away to potentially miss that up smash. However, he likes playing it safe. But, you know, again, when you're at a 2-game tie, you like playing it safe.
Yeah, he has a lot of leeway with his options now. He can go for a few things that might be risky, might be a little showboaty, but he is still liking to play it patient. And nice
Very
catch.
well on that low down. Oh, that coming in.
Giant punch coming in, had that saved for a while.
And this could be the dead with 5%.
Ooh, very good reversal coming out of Riot. There's now last stock.
We'll see. A little trigger happy, but it might pay off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just a matter of what your opponent likes to perceive that.
Yeah, Riot's already at kill percentage. Going in for a low recovery. Will they make it back? Yes, that's definitely a very long range recovery.
And definitely you want to be up against that F tilt rather than that 2-frame spike. Because there is still a chance for you to live. We're going to see. We're going to be a quick 3-0 fashion, or are we going to go with another game? Up to Riot here.
Back air's coming out. Oh, just barely misses that hit. That would have taken it. And up tilt.
And very nice games. That DK showing us the use. Great job to Puresalt. We will be seeing more of you later in winners finals against Rodnysalt. A 3-0 and a handshake.
2 salts. Battle of the minerals. Who's got more iodine?
Oh, wait, I not even think about them. Make sure you don't drop either one of them, or bad luck comes your way. So I think we're gonna be running some loser match, if I'm not mistaken. We're all caught up with winners, guys. We're just waiting on winners finals and grands. And in the loser side, we are almost into our top 8. We need to get 2 more matches we get, but we got the lineup right here. In losers round 1 of top 8, we have Demon King versus the winner of JP and ACR, and Tax Fraud on the other side versus the winner of Dreamland and Steb. Definitely very stacked. You can't really show them. Well, let's see what we got going on. I believe it's JP.
Yeah.
Or no, I believe JP won it against ACR from my mistaken, because Demon King coming up quick.
Are we going to be streaming Redemption Bracket as well?
I think we're just doing streaming, just this bracket right here.
I see.
Yeah, just looking on the time logistics. There could be starting Redemption pretty soon, I want to say.
All right. Yeah, Redemption Bracket is always a nice thing to have. Give those guys that, you know, didn't have that much luck, then maybe get that second shot.
Exactly. More than...
Yeah, it's always good. You know, it's only my 3rd tournament that I've ever come to, but I certainly like getting more experience instead of rotating out with the same 4 esports people for Casa. I get to go out here and...
Oh, Casas. I've never been to one of those. Heard they're fun.
Oh yeah, they're definitely fun. But when you get to meet a bunch of new people, you get different play styles.
Can we switch real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let me just
Seeing this right now, we have JP versus ACR.
we're just waiting on the update, guys. Okay, perfect. We got the update. We have JP versus ACR. Sweet. JP being that villager. And ACR, what are we going with? What are we rocking with? No, I think JP. Yeah, okay. Wow, making me eat my words right there. Banjo.
JP's banjo is definitely something I had to play him in the
Yeah,
first round.
Yikes! And that Dark Pit rocking ACR. Didn't really have him. So we're gonna see how this game works. We are in top 8 losers round 1. Let's see if that's not too heavy on the screen. Perfect. This is top 8 losers round 1, otherwise known as the winner. As a loser here, we'll be taking home a very nice, well-deserved 7th place for whoever gets knocked out here. So we're going to see how we're going to be going. If I'm not mistaken, these games are all best of 5 for top 8.
Possibly.
Quite possibly. So we're going to be in here for a while, guys. But don't worry, we have a lot more Smash coming your way. Right now, we have Banjo and Dark Pit on PS2.
Yeah, ACR already down 1 stock, taken by a nice up smash coming from JP.
And I think the switch here, if I'm not mistaken, is Villager relies a lot on that Zoner and Lloyd's, a lot of tree, but, you know, Dark Pit having that reflector property is definitely, I can see it being a big struggle for Villager.
Yeah, a lot of the more projectile-based characters, I don't say utterly lose out to reflector characters, but it definitely makes you play a lot more patiently with your projectiles.
Exactly.
You want to be a lot more intentful with them. You know, Banjo only has 2, that being the egg grenade and the egg gun.
Yeah, so not a lot there. It's going to be a lot more situational, right? You get to grab a projectile rather than just having it out and about on the field. But again, having that Wonder Wing, you really want to make some people like to tunnel vision themselves. Like, well, I'm going to die pretty soon. Might as well use up all the wings. But, you know, not necessarily sometimes. Keeping composure is key in this scenario.
Yeah, and certainly if your opponent picks up on you using all those Wonder Wings, then they might throw out some grabs, some counters maybe. I don't know if Wonder Wing can get countered. Maybe by Sora.
So unlike the last hits right there, because I do know that Zyfram's coming in clutch the Wonder Wing, just like, you know, it's canon with the game itself on Wonder Wing. And wow, we're both seeing how their armors and iframes coming into play. And I like this choice of Dark Pit, right? Having those nasty arrows, very vertical, especially with Banjo, or horizontal, I mean.
Yeah, it is something that I ask where when people play Dark Pit, I don't exactly know much about the arrows. Are Dark Pits more powerful in exchange for having less directionality?
Exactly. Perfectly said right there. They're going to be a lot stronger, so perfect for ledge guarding, especially those horizontal movements, and Pit's having a lot more maneuver, so you can maybe scuff out a jump or two. It's really situational. That's why it's beautiful when you main Pit and Dark Pit. Great first game to JP. 1-0, and now it's a matter of like, okay, maybe they did a blind pick, right? They do have a lot of characters under the belt. I do know ACR's main pick is Snake and JP's main pick is Villager. So let's see now that JP is locked into either Banjo or Villager, we're gonna see what we're going with.
Almost made a pick to Lilat, which we're not running this tournament.
I know. So again, guys, very good reminder. Always check your rule sets before playing your matches. You never know. Someone can pull a fast one on you and go to, say, Lilat or Yoshi's, you know, or yes, they've been common in the past before, but with new rule sets, you got to be wary of that.
Yeah, doing a gentleman's is still an option. I don't know.
Absolutely, but if you do know your rights.
Yeah, certainly you can say, hey, that's not a stage that we're running right now.
So here we go, guys. Game number 2 into Smashville. I think I like this setup more on the sides where Pit has been killing a lot of Banjo on the sides. If he can break that, bringing that shield right there. So now this is where Banjo gets to be a little aggressive, right? Doesn't have to be that careful with item play as much as once you don't have that reflector. But again, Dark Pit and Pit alike both get their shields back pretty fast, more than you would expect. So it's only a matter of time before he gets to pull it out again.
Yeah, and only in that time when JP can really let loose with all his projectiles. You know that in my game against them, they were using it all over the place, setting up the grenade, maybe like throwing out like Diddy Kong, where they toss it and then they immediately grab it to go for a throw and some setups.
Yeah, either grab it, or unlike the Villager, right, where you just have them set them off on the stage, or you can just grab it and hold on to it, hook those grenades. Almost sounding like Snake there.
Nah. Dark Pit has that shield back. It's time to dial back on the projectiles on part of JP. Using that Wonder Wing to get back on stage, and ACR just misses an F smash for a punish.
Let's see how we are going to do in this second game.
Wonder Wings are now off the table. JP might be getting him back.
And this, I will say, I don't want to say can't be placed out. That would be incorrect. But the fact that before that SD, they had their stocks with 2 minutes into the game, guys. This is just to show you the caliber of play that they have of weaving around each other.
They're both at very high percents, too. I think both were over 100.
And let's see how they combo it, where I don't really see both players, or more Dark Pit, I see him comboing at lower percents. And Banjo, actually, I want to say the mid percents, especially when you have more options to use either grenade or an egg setup right there. Perfect, putting him in just a little bit of lag, just enough to get a little bit extra chip damage. And this is where Pit really has to focus on whenever he can catch those side B mishaps.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to block Wonder Wing, but when you can get a punish in, you have to take those, because that is free.
That is gratis, amigos.
KP down to 1 Wonder Wing left, and given their track record of being able to survive at high percents, that it might be risky. Figuring they're going to be out of it at high percent, where it might really matter.
Or not, just letting it rip. And now this is where Banjo struggles without that Wonder Wing. But again, knowing your infinite, pseudo-infinite recovery like that definitely makes it a lot easier on you to come back. And wow, I do like that grenade setting him off stage. Perfect, looking kind of like doubles right there, where they're working hand in hand to defeat the Dark Pit.
Another back throw to take it. AP facing 150%. That means that a lot of things now will kill, and will bring it to an even stock, just like that down smash.
And yikes, guys, this is some interesting stuff nonetheless. This is one of going to be the early matches that we're going to be going into that 3-minute timer. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you really got to slow down your tempo here, especially not to get rushed down from both these characters. I feel both these characters, if you're caught off guard, can die pretty early to either combos or early kill confirms. It's very good awareness there.
Good grab using that startup.
And the game of chicken coming in clutch right there, right? Where a lot of people tend to mash because they're going into a berry. But sometimes, if you know your opponent's going to be ready for that, you know, you just wait it out a little bit.
Yeah, certainly when people think that you're just going to wait.
Just like that, right? So in those scenarios, you know, if you pop up a little bit early, you might be able to survive. But it's going to be very percentage heavy influenced.
JP taking another game off ACR.
And we're going to see if we're going to follow a common theme of game 5s or a shutdown 3-0s like we've been seeing for most of these guys.
Seems that my calling maybe.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Get ready. Do what you need to do. I'm just going to be here holding on for it. And wow, we have a character pick.
Ganondorf. Interesting going to a lower tier character. I wonder what ACR is thinking right now with Ganon.
Maybe
That's
it could
a very
be
risky pick. Ganon has big damage, but they're gonna have to play even more patiently, maybe to the benefit of Banjo, because Banjo can zone, but Ganon not really.
And how JP's been going, maybe he's been catching on to what JP's plans are. So it could be beneficial to him knowing the little tips and tricks on how to avoid that grenade. But yeah, like you said, combo food left and right for is Ganon being used.
It's like throwing back those grenades. That's a bit of a risky play because if you don't time it right, it's going to blow up right in your face. You're taking damage and stunning could possibly lead into Banjo. That Spartan kick coming in to take the first stock.
Very
Foot has
good
a
use.
Good cross up, but dash attack coming in for Banjo.
Let's see.
They're feeling the pressure right now. Ledge trump into a back air. Hey, I don't think they have it. Real good when you can conserve that jump.
Exactly, especially either offstage or in stage to mix up the way, especially how Ganondorf is made in this game.
For any character being able to conserve as many of your jumps, you'll get your specials back if you get hit, but not your jump. That will open up a lot more extra recovery options. Oh, Wonder Wing taking is now 2-1.
Very great call out about JP, knowing the Wonder Wing shenanigans there. And if you're going to be late in your recovery, you're going to be wary of Banjo. Again, only having one winger, I want to say 6, I want to say. This is definitely going to be a big hill for Ganondorf to climb.
Possibly we're seeing maybe ACR trying to bank on that big damage, not having to focus on a lot of combos, just getting up there. But it might be blowing up in his face if he can't stuff out any of the Wonder Wings.
You know, that's okay with going those character switches at this level. It's hanging out all right. You know, it's still anyone's game nonetheless. This Ganondorf pick can definitely be a surprise factor. But to compete 3 games like that is going to be very, very definitely going to have to put all the gas into these matches.
Interesting Wonder Wing coming out of JP.
Right, calling out if like Ganondorf likes getting back on stage. Guys, do not worry. We're going to be right here. I'm not leaving anywhere soon. I'm going to be focusing on JP and ACR. This is going to be game number 3. Winner is going to move on to loser quarterfinals, right? Loser here is going to take a respectable 7th place for a pretty good turnout today. 27 attendees, which, you know, we're getting up there, guys. BlinC stock going up. Let's see if he can finish off. Still has a few of those Wonder Wings left. I love that instead of bearing, just go for the offstage. And without a jump, this could be it. And great stuff to JP, taking that solid 3-0 and a handshake. Guys, I made a big mistake. That was not ACR. That was Demon King. I apologize for that. Both be playing those characters. So yes, I like to apologize for that. I think I got my matches mixed up. That was JP and Demon King. JP taking 3-0 over Demon King.